Okay, we're recording now. So all this part is going to be cut out. Hello, I'm Ralph Famigletti, and today is March 22nd, 2019. I'm here with Ollie instructor Nancy Schuler, good afternoon, Nancy.
Well, good afternoon, Ralph. So nice to have you here.
Well, Nancy, you're teaching a basic acting course.
Right.
Let me take a wild guess. You've done some acting in your career?
I'm an actress, yes,
Yes.
I am.
Well, how did you get involved in it?
Well, a few years ago, I started writing before acting. I mean, many years ago, I did a couple of commercials and did some modeling. But a couple of years ago, I wrote a few monologues. And I started performing them locally. And I started taking acting classes, applying and auditioning, and I've gotten jobs acting.
Okay, let me ask you now. You've done some acting.
Right.
If you were up for an Oscar, if you were up for the big prize, what would be the one performance that you'd want to show? It's something that you really nailed, Nancy.
Fun question. Well, I think it would be the very first piece that I wrote and then performed. It's a piece about my Italian grandmother who lived here in Waterbury. And I perform it in her accent. And it's emotional for me because she was a very special woman, and this way I have brought her back to life. And I love doing it. I still perform it all over the state, and people enjoy it.
Well, yeah, well, tell me about it. How long would it be?
These are, the monologues I do are 10-minute monologues.
Okay.
And I write a lot of 10-minute plays, short plays, that I also incorporate my husband now. I write, and he's one of the actors in my plays. And we perform them all over the state, and we've done them in New York. Actually, the monologue about my grandmother, Teresa, I entered it in a contest in New York with the New York Public Library. And I won, and I went to New York, and I performed this monologue at the New York Public Library. There were 6 other monologues, too.
And you won?
I was chosen.
Wow, that's terrific.
It was wonderful. I hope my grandmother Teresa was watching it somehow.
Well, in your acting, in the circles that you're involved with, have you ever met anybody famous, a famous actor, director, producer?
Yeah, it's just a couple of weeks ago I did a film, a movie, my very first movie, with, he's a famous director, his name's Adam Leon, but I had got to do a scene with a woman, Vanessa Kirby, and she played, just recently, Princess Margaret in the very, very popular program, The Queen. And she won the BAFTA award for it, which is the Britain's Academy Awards. And I got to do a scene with her. I was a little starstruck, I have to say. It was great. It was fun.
But I mean, that's their top prize, and you're
Exactly.
alongside of her,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how does acting translate into teaching? I mean, are there 2 different skill sets that we're talking about here?
Well, I think you have to be a little bit of an actress to be a teacher. And it's not that I'm playing a role. I am teaching them and telling them as much information as I can about something I love. So I'm loving the teaching, I love acting, but I think when you get up in front of a class or in front of an audience, you want to project an idea both times. And so in that way, I think it's very similar.
Well, as a director tries to get the most out of their actor,
Right.
and a teacher, it wants to get the most out of their students, whether
Exactly.
it's teaching math or history or acting.
Well, a good director will lay the groundwork for you, and then he will sort of guide you so that you will come through as yourself, so that you're not cookie cutter. And I think a good teacher does that too. You lay the groundwork, you teach it, but you want the students to be individuals. You don't want everybody to just come out of this looking and acting the same. Yeah. So it's similar.
Well, let me ask you, now, your class is going to start up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
What is your theme for today? What do you?
Today we're doing change of self. And the students are going to, they've each written their own presentation that they're doing today, and they're going to use different costumes Now, not necessarily a whole, they're not gonna go from a cowboy to a priest, but they might just put on pearls and in their scene, they'll show how that makes them act a little differently. Or a woman might put on high heels and she's going to walk differently, or a man will put on a tie. And it's just so that they will get used to when you're performing, when you're acting, you're in different
So
costumes.
what you're saying is acting just isn't vocal, it's also movement. And that's what you're teaching.
Most of our lessons up until this point have been non-vocal. They have been lessons to learn how to act on stage, how to move around, how to enter, how to get your mind into the character.
That's
Yes, and then starting next week, we're going to do scripts where they will actually do short plays.
okay, so now each student is going to have a little performance today?
Yes.
Then this is a course about individual attention. You're not just up here lecturing. You're
Oh, no,
hands-on.
this is hands-on. They're working hard, and they're so creative. I've taken a lot of acting classes, and I have to say, this class really set the bar high.
Wow, I'm
They're
looking
great.
forward, yes.
Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay, well, Nancy, I think we're almost out of time.
Yeah, they're here.
But it's been great talking to you.
Thank you.
Would you mind if I stay and do some filming?
Well, it's right up our alley because their goal is to be filmed and to be in a movie. So this is it. You're our director. You're our cameraman. Key grip, and you're everything rolled into one. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Great.
Okay, that's a wrap. Is that what they say? Is that how we say it?
That's a wrap. Perfect. Thank you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this onto YouTube.
Okay. That's really
And then when I do it,